Hey there, fanatics! Welcome back to another episode of Screen Penalties with yours truly, Guy Boisterous, and my oh-so-talented co-host and analyst, The Flopper.
Yes, thank you, Guy, and welcome back, fanatics.
So, Flop, how have you kept busy since our first episode?
Well, you know I'm a gym rat, so social distancing has certainly been a challenge, but don't think I haven't continued to sharpen the axe through these uncertain times. In fact, my personal trainer really busted my hump yesterday with a grueling workout of 5 sets of 20 trust falls without a spotter, so you bet I'm ready to take a charge. What's kept you busy, Guy?
Well, as you know, Flop, hoops is not my forte, but it's been nearly impossible to pull myself away from the ACL during this pandemic.
ACL? What's that?
Well, for one, it's my favorite of the cruciate ligaments, but I was actually referring to the American Cornhole League. You know, my great-grandfather, Guy Verbeau Boistreux, was an airmail expert, helping pioneer the frisbee toss, and was a consistent four-bagger. But look, we're not here to discuss cornhole. We're here to discuss another sports scene that happened to defy basic logic.
That's right, Guy. What's the first thing you think of when you hear the name William Shakespeare? A hip, gritty, urban retelling of one of his works with a heavy emphasis on high school basketball, right? No? Well, today's film from my high school years, titled O, is just that. O is a contemporary take on Shakespeare's Othello, and while most wouldn't exactly consider it a sports film, the lackluster effort that went into the scene we're breaking down is worth a 20-year trip down memory lane. Our youngsters out there may not realize this, but the 90s were somewhat of a golden age when it came to depicting hoops on screen. The formula was quite simple. Hire NBA players to play any role that involved the ball in a hoop, regardless if they could act themselves out of a wet paper bag. And to be honest, that's the kind of commitment to sports that Guy and I really appreciate.
You betcha. I see that O came out in 2001, so perhaps in an effort to be brave and edgy, they deviated from the trend.
Correct. And boy, does this loaded diaper of a scene pay the price for it. Mekhi Phifer, best known as a minor reference in Eminem's Lose Yourself, is in a truly precarious position as the only player on the court attempting to entertain a packed house in a high school slam dunk contest.
Poor guy.
I know. It's basically like asking Shaquille O'Neal to come out with a rap album. Go ahead, Guy, run the clip.
As you wish.
That's a carry.
Flop, let's pause here. I've never seen a slam dunk contest, but I'm pretty sure not a single person on set has either. I mean, no sport begins with a staring contest between the athlete and the crowd.
Well, that's just it. They haven't. But Michael seems to be the first one to acknowledge that this is sports and not theater. He remembers watching Lucas and makes the connection that he should start a slow clap that matches Odin's dribbles because, you know, sports. A careful analysis of this approach reminds us that in pre-production, upon receiving a brand new basketball in the mail from director Tim Blake Nelson, Mekhi didn't touch it once with his left hand.
Whoa! I wasn't expecting that.
Well, oddly enough, the crowd and Coach Sheen were.
I think I heard a note of air horn in there. As you know, I'm a huge hockey fan, and that's one of my favorite sounds. So air horns are very common in basketball too, eh?
No. This next moment is the crown jewel of the clip.
I didn't think he could do that anymore. I didn't think he could do that anymore.
So it turns out Odin Mekhi, the 5'9" James, had been shattering backboards for seasons. And Coach Marty Sheen loves when he does it. Coach Sheen understands the importance of budgeting for extra backboards. Things honestly just get really awkward from here on. An incredibly ridiculous and bizarre portrayal of something that has literally never happened in a high school dunk contest quickly evolves into something that makes everyone feel as uncomfortable as Julia Stiles should feel in this scene. She unfortunately seems unmoved.
Yeah, Flop, that was really something else. But I rather enjoy the falling action when the crowd turned into WWE fans. And it would have been a real shame for a parent, coach, or teammate to intervene when Odin's bipolar disorder reared its ugly head. I mean, they get it. They saw what he did to that poor boy.
We never want to wrap an analysis without offering some suggestions for improvement. This scene can increase its sports production value exponentially with the most rudimentary adjustments. Let's first commend the production team for using a stunt double instead of lowering the rim for Makai. So the fix is simple. Just use a stunt double for all of the basketball in the scene, but film it from an angle that doesn't reveal the stunt double's identity. And finally, simply encourage all hands to watch an actual slam dunk contest so Makai can adequately be directed.
Another great assessment from an even greater analyst. Well, that concludes today's episode. Who would have thought that this drug-induced piece of visual hyperbole would result in a bad scene, eh? Well, we hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback, as well as future episode suggestions in the comments below. Thank you for watching, fanatics, and if you haven't done so, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon. So, once again, with warm regards from Flop and I, don't get penalized.